Ta-da! We're live.
It's a miracle this is even happening. Phoenix is about to kick his dog through an upright. Adam's about to drive north to kill me with a knife. And I'm probably going to beat them both to it and blow my head off. However,
probably a good idea. Probably a solid idea.
Yes, but I don't have to now since we're actually.
It's all right. We already got a thumbs down because we're like an hour late, so it's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Whoever did that thumbs down, go fuck yourself.
Hey,
we had some problems. I'm sorry.
I hate when my free content is slightly late.
Yeah.
Yeah, and God forbid, that things work when you want them to. Look, by the way, thumbs up, thumbs down, they both mean the same to Mr. AI. So thank you, guys, whoever thumb downed us. You actually helped the show grow. Thank you. We literally, if I get 100 thumbs down and 0 thumbs up, that's 100 thumbs up to the AI.
I mean, Frank's here. He's here.
Yeah, I called my doctor Wednesday and he changed my meds and I'm not passed out in my driveway. Go figure, huh?
I can't find it live. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
I don't know.
Why can't I find it?
I know. I was just looking for it myself and I don't see it anywhere.
It's not showing up on your YouTube page.
Negative.
Oh, there it is. It's way... Why the fuck? It went out of order. That's weird. Anyway, we're good. What asshole gave it a thumbs down?
Who cares, dude? It still counts as a
I don't give a shit about counting. I don't like the they're late. Nothing even happened yet. Boo!
I thumbs down everything.
You're a dick then.
Just because. Where do you think all your thumbs down come from?
Wow.
I know where my comments
Hi, Phoenix. Hi.
I love all the Russian bots I have on my YouTube comments now.
Oh, Russian bots. Okay.
They are out of control.
Okay, Ryan Johnson.
I've never thought. Honestly,
35 seconds in, sex, hardcore sex, and I'm like, that's not real, and it gets deleted. Like, okay.
Like, now we got 3 thumbs down.
I gave it a thumbs up. All right, I approve of this.
I gave it a thumbs down because I just wanted to be part of the group.
Let's get into the episode, shall we?
Yay.
Okay.
Theme song.
The following program contains scenes of violence, nudity, and mature subject matter. Parental discretion is advised.
LIW from the Crypt review.
By the way, great transition.
Hello, citizens. Shut the fuck up, Frank. Welcome to LIW Tales from the Crypt review. I am Phoenix West.
I'm Frank Links.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Seriously, Frank? Seriously?
I'm sorry.
You know better.
I'm rusty, man. I haven't been awake for this in
At
weeks.
least it wasn't me this time.
Adam,
anyway, guys, we watched 7:05 Horror in the Night, and I started off tonight very angry because I prepared 25-30 minutes early to get on here and was about 10 minutes late. And then we had audio problems, and then we had to play the episode, and we had more audio problems.
Yeah.
And we played it, and then the episode was even worse than that whole time. This is my least favorite episode of all time so far.
Episode of this show or episode of Tales from the Crypt?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair enough.
What the fuck is Frank doing over there?
I'm agreeing without interrupting.
Okay. He's pointing at the gremlins.
He just made the international symbol of the donut.
Okay. Frank's over there drawing circles. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but
just pulling out any movie reference I possibly can before you two leave me in the dust.
Keep it at a minimum, kid. This episode is just...
What do you mean you don't know? You don't remember? Never mind.
Anyway.
Sorry. Go ahead. Moving on.
So, guys, Horror in the Night.
Is it horror or whore?
With an H.
It doesn't help. Hope they both do. They both have an H. Does it start with W?
Who mentions the second letter of a fucking word? You psychopath. Who does that?
The one with the R.
God.
It really is a great point, Phoenix. I mean, as far as logic goes, I mean, yeah.
Frank with an R. Frank? What? No. So I don't know where to begin with this episode. I fucking hated it. It was a failed Guy Ritchie student film. It's let me pull it up because I haven't looked at it on IMDb yet.
Okay, the director really loves The Shining, like really. That's one consistent thing about Tales from the Crypt is everybody likes to let everybody know these are my favorite horror movies. All of these here. This week we're going to do this horror movie. This week we're going to do that horror movie, and just show everybody, make sure that everybody knows which horror movie we love the best.
The director, Russell Mulcahy, you might know from directing Highlander and even better, Resident Evil Extinction. Like the
God, that entire series sucks.
Wait, I thought. Never mind. No, I didn't want to talk about it. Fuck it.
He didn't direct all of them.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
The one that we always mix up with the good director, like there's the one bad Anderson and the good Anderson. I thought bad Anderson directed all of them.
There's more than one?
Yeah. There's a Wes Anderson or Wes W. Anderson. I don't know. Fuck whatever.
You're confusing even further because there's Paul Thomas Anderson, which is the great director.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Shitty director.
There we go.
Anderson, I don't like him.
Okay, so we're talking about the Paul W. Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson, who married Mila Jovovich.
That's the most smartest thing he's ever done was marry Mila Jovovich.
I jerked off to her a lot.
Yeah.
And ruined her career too, because she's actually a pretty decent actress, but she's always in his movies, and his movies suck.
Do you remember her and Timothy Olyphant in that Hawaii movie? The movie where they're at in Hawaii?
I haven't seen that one, but I know what one you're talking about.
That was a great movie, dude. It really was really good. Mila Jovovich is literally smoking crack on the beach.
Yeah, she's good. She's a good actress. I've seen her when she's trying to give a shit. She can actually be good. But
here's a question, Frank. Which of those two would you rather fuck?
Which one?
Of those two people you just mentioned, which would you rather fuck?
I mean, Timothy Olyphant is pretty hot while you're mentioning.
Oh, well,
he's got a supreme obsession with the man.
Huge man crush.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. That's worthy of having a man crush. So.
I have to go Olyphant, dude.
Yeah, at least with the story.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Mila, she'll always be there, but Tim, he's here now. I gotta take advantage. I'm on my knees.
Yeah,
like that, just like that.
He's supposed to be in the Mandalorian coming up.
Well, he was.
What?
Coming up.
Now it's probably 2021. He will, like everything else that was supposed to come out this year,
except the Twilight Zone 2020.
What?
Coming out?
Oh,
next month.
Really?
Boo.
Yeah. 26, I think. We talked about it when you were gone.
So wait, how many episodes is in the season? 10 or 8?
10.
They shot 10 episodes in a month because they released the list of like episodes, or no, they didn't even release that. They released the actors they were going to have, and then all of a sudden we were quarantined. How the hell did they do that?
I don't know, but they are coming out on the 26th, I think it is, of June. And it says all 10 episodes, but I don't know how accurate that is. But it's on the CBS website. It's on IMDb. It's on everything for that show.
It better be free.
It's been announced. No, it's on CBS All Access.
That's what I mean. Well, you know how all the streaming services have been making themselves free because of the quarantine?
The smart ones are, yeah.
Well, CBS All Access is part of Amazon Prime anyway.
If you see in CBS All Access, they have ads that look like there's like 3 ladies standing next to each other, and they all have "Let's speak to your manager" hair. Every single one of them. I'm like, yeah, that's going to get all the dudes to sign up for that service. Like they got the lady from the that really terrible Star Trek episode, the Karen haircut.
The Walking Dead girl.
Yeah, he doesn't know what we're talking about. Yeah, the girl that left The Walking Dead to go be on that show. She's a terrible, terrible actress. Terrible.
Which one from Walking
Michael
Dead?
Burnham. Her name is Sonequa Martin Green.
Her character name in.
Oh fuck! I don't remember the name of her character. She died in a fucking boxcar. Yeah.
What season?
She died. Oh fuck! I don't remember what season it was. She died in a. She was listening to an iPod and she took some pills and died in a fucking coffin.
Oh, was she in the coffin? And
Yeah,
she was the one supposed to kill Negan or something. And
yeah. Botched
she,
that fucking shit up, so she wasn't even good enough to do that. So yeah, she was a terrible character.
I would say that was the show that made her do that, but okay, because the show sucks.
She sucks.
They both suck.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of suck going on.
Speaking of which, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Terror in the Night.
Another whole lot of suck.
Begins with two guys going into a building and shooting some people.
No, they shot people that went into the building.
No.
No?
The building shot some people, grabbed the diamonds, and then they went outside. And then they shot each other.
It starts off a Guy Ritchie heist movie.
Yeah.
Go from there.
You keep saying that. I don't know who Guy Ritchie Heist is.
Snatch and Lock, Stock.
Snatch. Yeah, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Echo.
Yeah.
No,
I have Snatches on my list of top 10 movies to watch, actually.
You probably should. Anyway, they go in there, steal the diamonds. They go outside. The guy in the leather jacket shoots our main character in the back or in the shoulder, and then he falls down, and then he shoots the leather coat guy in the back. But they're both alive. Yeah, go ahead. I have nothing. I fucking hate this episode.
Phoenix, were they black leather jackets?
They were.
Ooh.
They look like they were made out of premium glove leather.
Yep. If you're not Earl Hammy Jr.'d up enough, wait. Oh boy.
Now you're just trying to throw out references that'll confuse people.
Twilight Zone. It's not that confusing. Most people know it.
No, they don't. Most people do not know Black Leather Jackets episode of Twilight Zone.
You're right. They've never played it on any marathon I've ever seen.
No.
I don't know.
That's coming up. That's coming up shortly.
5 to 6 episodes away, and it's in my opinion almost as good as the latest one that Earl Hammy just gifted us.
We're not talking about that yet, though.
I know.
No, yeah, we're not there yet.
Look, man, I haven't been awake for this part of the episode in a while. I'm rusty. I'm sorry.
It's all right. They get in the car and he drives to a hotel. He goes in hotel. He talks to Guy. Guy gives him room key. He goes up to room. Alarmed, it's room 305. Yes, someone take over. I don't care.
And by this time, we're at review.
He goes into a very long series of wake up fake outs, which if you don't like those in movies,
run.
How many did it squeeze into this? Was a 25-minute episode? We lost track at about 10, 12, somewhere around there.
Well, I have a hand counter and it only has 3 digits, and I'm 999
right now.
Yeah, I turned over.
So we're trying to figure out, because that's what we do when we get bored with these episodes. We try to figure out what's going on. Like how's it going to end? Like, okay, this guy's in purgatory, or, well, first of all, Phoenix and Frank thought they were vampires, and I'm like, nah, he's in purgatory.
Can you pull the mic closer?
My microphone?
Yeah.
He sounds great.
He's in purgatory. Really? Purgatory.
You don't hear that?
Purgatory.
Echo?
What, Phoenix?
No, I don't hear an echo.
There's an echo.
I believe you.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I lost track of what I was saying. I forgot.
Oh, damn it. I ruined it.
Purgatory, like, I thought it was vampires.
It was setting up vampires pretty hardcore.
Now, at the end, neither one of us were vindicated.
No.
Because I don't know what the end meant.
I don't know. I get it. I understand what happened in the episode totally, but it didn't matter. It didn't feel like thematically it paid off in any way.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Intro and outro did not match the episode. I think they got them screwed up.
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper's in it. He's doing like he's dressed up like an astronaut, making really bad Neil Armstrong cornbally references like he does. Being the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, but he knocked it out of the park at the end there with the NASA something.
I think he called us all assholes for watching. I don't know.
What, National Aeronautics and Space Administration holes?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you know what NASA stands for?
Shouldn't everybody?
Yeah. Why are you saying it?
Because the way you...
I was saying nassholes. It's a pun. God.
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper didn't really say nassholes.
No, he said.
I don't think the Crypt Keeper ever really swears.
They were NASA chronauts or something like that.
He's a horrible, filthy dick on that cartoon, though.
I believe it.
He's like, "You ready, motherfuckers? Let's tell our fucking story, you cunts!" And he starts going.
I told you, it's because he's gay.
Yeah,
we have decided that the Crypt Keeper is definitely gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
there's something wrong with that.
He loves the cock.
No, it's
going to hell for that. What? I mean, no.
He's clearly a gay man that died, and he has puns to spare. The man has endless puns, and it just didn't make any sense. Because why was it NASA? And we're all expecting. Because he even says in the intro.
Yeah.
I mean, I could play a clip, but he's like, "Our story has nothing to do with space." I'm like, "Why the fuck are you in a spacesuit then? Why are you?"
He had a helmet on.
The guy next to him was a skeleton, like even further skeleton than he was, and was also in a spacesuit.
I was going to say, like, what do you mean he was? That they're both skeletons.
Yeah, but he's like,
and he talks about what happens in the episode, so we can't use the theory that maybe they just film that shit and then just throw it into whatever episode happens to be out at the time. So that's not the deal.
Nick. Oh, poor Nick. The first thing he says afterward.
Yeah,
that was their character name. Unless it's just a fucking puppet and they throw in whatever.
So they had to make these tiny little fucking spacesuits so they could put one on the little corpse next to the Crypt Keeper and then one to put the Crypt Keeper in. Went through all that work just so that he could say, "Poor Nick."
What are you talking about?
He was wearing a spacesuit, Frank. Remember?
But why was it this big? What are you talking about?
Because he's not a 6-foot puppet.
Yeah, it's his tiny little puppet that they made. Those are not. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper is not life size.
He's not.
No,
he looks like it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's close, but it's a smaller suit.
Movie magic.
Wow, forced perspective. Whoa, special effects.
There's a reason they don't have a human walk onto the set. This little puppet. Crypt Keeper's not that imposing when he's 3'4".
Yes, Frank. The Crypt Keeper is really this big. He's
like I thought he was at least like Peanut size. The horrible comedian.
You've seen those Twilight Zone episodes of marionettes, right? They're usually about this fucking big.
Hold on.
Yeah.
References something and then he references a cartoon.
No. Who, me? Peanuts? No. Peanut is one of the puppets that.
Oh, okay.
The ventriloquist guy has. It's the one, the purple guy with your
no
color.
Idea. No idea.
He's got hair the color of your shirt.
Green?
Yeah.
It's a podcast. You can.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. But my point being is, I thought he was at least the size of like a ventriloquist dummy. But him being the size.
But if he's the size of a ventriloquist dummy, based on your theory, that's a normal size spacesuit for you.
It was proportional. So,
God, this is frustrating.
How do you think I feel? I just found out the Crypt Keeper's like 17,000 times smaller than I thought he really was. I've been living a lie.
Adam's literally at a loss for words.
I'm downright stupefied right now.
I am.
I don't even fucking know.
I feel like I'm stuck in the middle trying to make sense of what the fuck Frank is talking about.
And Adam's talking in song lyrics from Disturbed. I don't know why.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, so intro.
Yippee, yippee! I don't get
We're
it.
moving on.
Adam
We're moving
don't
on. I
get
can't-
it. What?
You fuckers get down. Come on, get down with the sickness. Let's talk about the episode a little bit.
Sure, why not?
He goes into the hotel. Creepy guy gives him keys. He goes upstairs, looks at the number on the door, and looks at his keys, and he's like, 305. Oh my god, what? This key's totally for this door. What? And he looks at it, and then he goes in, and it's a shitty hotel room with like 17-foot tall ceilings. It looks like a cop station. It looks like what's that? You guys probably know what I'm talking about. That little cop station they have in the middle of Times Square, where it's like in the center of Times Square.
One Police Plaza.
It looks like that, where it's this isolated building below nothing, and it looks like that. It's just under this weird bridge.
What?
Look
There's
it up,
a-
Frank.
There's a
It's
what?
horrible- Yeah, the country's smallest police station is in Times Square. It's right in the center, and it's just like you can walk in there. That's it. But it looks like that, where it's a little weird building. He goes in there, and he's in the hotel room, and the fucking way too tall ceilings, and he starts to notice weird shit when he goes outside, and it's so impossible to track. I can't tell you what happens next. So we're just gonna kind of say he sees a girl, he goes downstairs, sees a girl, right?
Nirvana.
Something, we didn't hear it. And then and then he wakes up and he's got blood all over his arm because he got shot, and he doesn't really seem to like show the wound.
Kurt Cobain.
And then it goes off 15 times where he wakes up and sees the girl in different spots.
While you're on lithium.
There was that one interesting scene where she's grinding on the guy, and
She was beating his penis with her vagina.
yeah, and his penis was replaced with just a bunch of arteries, just like squirting blood everywhere. So there was that.
It kind of reminded me of the Thing when the head walked away, like before the head walked away.
How many
But,
times
like,
are we going to bring up John Carpenter's movies during this show?
They're great. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I'm not faulting you. It's appropriate. It's
Yeah,
John Carpenter
because we're always referencing better directors because we always have this shit. Yeah,
but it's like you always watch it and go, "Oh, this is a piss poor version of that." Piss poor version of The Shining, because all the shots overhead and follow him to the hotel.
how many episodes, guys, have we watched of Tales from the Crypt where it's like a shittier version of a better movie?
The only one I've seen where it wasn't like that was the one with Tia Carrere in it, because I can't think of a movie that would have like made. Airheads wasn't even close, and that's about as close as I can get. Yeah.
The Tia Carrera one, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, fuck it. Angel Heart, I don't know. That's the best thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's not even close. So yeah, I mean, it might as well have been Forrest Gump.
Serpent in the Rainbow. Okay.
No,
Far-
No. Serpent Rainbow was halfway bad, halfway horrible.
See?
Or whatever.
See, we can't even remember which episode's which because they've used the voodoo shit. So many. Thankfully, they didn't do the voodoo thing this time, Phoenix. So we had that going for it.
There's no little stone thing he's putting a fucking tattoo on a guy with Heavy D.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think Heavy D was busy that day. He was on tour, you know.
Although he does have a
rocking out Pearl
suitcase full of cubic zirconias. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's my dilemma. If this were a solo episode with just me, I would say, fuck this episode, fuck you, fuck these people, and list off their names and call it good. Stop recording.
Season
Now-
1, Twilight Zone, episode 19. Greatest episode you've ever done.
Now I'm stuck. And I feel like I don't know what the fuck happens. He fucks the girl. She randomly has wings. So we're kind of going back and forth on our purgatory versus vampire debate. And then she like makes him piss himself or something. A bunch of yellow liquid pours out of him. His boner turns into a bunch of veins and wires. And he's like, whoa, and he wakes up again. And this time I was like, fuck this episode. And then he finds the girl again 2 seconds later. And he keeps going the hallway and seeing the guy dragging body parts into the elevator.
And the number change didn't pay off at all.
No, he goes in the room 301, opens it up, same exact room, covered in blood. And then he shuts the door and it's 305. Then he runs around, circles around, and every room is 305. And so at that point, we're going, okay, definitely purgatory, right? And then he goes into the room again, 305, doesn't even matter which one. And he goes into it, and then he talks to the girl again, and she's like, He's like, what do you want from me? Why? I didn't hurt you at all. I didn't do anything to you. And she's like, funny, I said the same thing to you 5 years ago. He's like, what?
Whoa!
His partner breaks in with that Brutus looking dude from the Guy Ritchie movie, and they shoot him. And then it cuts to like some shithole where it really is, in reality.
Looked like John Malkovich, actually.
Kind of. And then he's dead. And they're like, oh, we got it. And they steal the diamonds. And I'm like, what was the point of that? Because it wasn't like he was bad, therefore died. It was the other guys were bad too, but they shot him. And then they got the diamonds. What the fuck? They still killed guys and took the diamonds. There's no morality lesson. There's no grand, oh, this is what's going on. There's nothing.
And how did they track him to that very hotel room?
He says in the end, I knew he would be here. And that's as far as they give you. That's literally what it says.
That's good enough. At least they answered that question.
was this one released?
Oh, that's what I was looking at before. This was in 1996.
Oh, see, yeah.
I was just going to guess 94, so I would have been wrong.
I don't remember literally everyone being high in 1996 because that's the only way you can enjoy this.
24 years ago and 2 days.
Oh my goodness!
So close to the anniversary.
Thank you for making me feel even older than I have.
It's all right.
Fuck both of you guys, seriously.
I mean, you're dude. You're 3 feet already down on the ground.
Yeah, I'm already working on my.
You grew a third foot.
My tombstone. Yeah.
No, well, you gotta go down 6 feet.
I know. I was joking that it's literally 3 feet. Was the joke?
Oh,
there you go.
Kill me. This is why I hate the mixer thing, because I fucking miss so many things you say. I got to listen to our podcast 5 times to get all of your jokes because they fly over my head so fast because I don't hear them or I don't hear them right or whatever because I can't hear myself. I don't know. Whatever. You're funny.
Frank, you know what I want to do?
What?
I want you to describe this episode to us.
Do it. Do it.
Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you need.
Okay.
Beginning to end.
Before
the same thing.
Before I do this, I want to preface that I barely heard a word.
Oh, none of us heard a word. Go ahead, though.
All right. So,
what you think the point of the episode was while going throughout the plot?
Okay, so
in real time. Sorry.
In real time, it'll take.
What you're thinking when you're watching it.
As I'm all I was thinking is how can I prove that this is a vampire and not purgatory? And nothing swayed me either way to this very second. The end.
That was piss poor.
So was the episode.
Wow, how do I follow that up?
Yeah, you could say anything right now. No, but what did you think was going to happen? What could it have done better for you? You know what I mean? Like when you're watching it and you're thinking going this direction, but it's not going anywhere.
Have some sort of continuity with scene by scene by scene. Have a story arc. Have a who, what, when, where, why, how, and then end it.
Yes.
There was none of that. And then all of a sudden they blast off to Mars. I don't know why. Everyone's dead and they got diamonds. Diamonds don't get shit into outer space. They didn't
blast off into Mars. What fucking show are you watching? I know they didn't blast off into Mars.
20 our 2020 space endeavors are
no space. No.
We're dude.
The only space thing we already established that the only space thing was the fucking Crypt Keeper wearing an astronaut suit for no fucking reason.
That's what he's getting at. It was out of nowhere.
Okay.
In the beginning and the end, his intro was they were strapped in and the countdown was going, and then they were strapped in, and he had a helmet. Apparently, the helmet was only 3 millimeters instead of 3 feet, like I thought. But whatever, it's fine.
Was it meant to throw us off our game so that we would like not guess what was going on? Because we got to a point where there were so many fake outs, we no longer cared what was going on.
Whether it was meant to or not, it succeeded in that.
Yes.
So I can only say yes.
Adam,
Okay, yeah. So this guy gets shot. There's a caper gone bad. Guy Ritchie, blah blah blah. European, Australian accents, what the fuck ever. All right,
British.
we get that. All right, there's a caper. Something goes bad. Guy gets shot in the back. Next time we see the guy, he's walking into a hotel that looks like it's out of a Tim Burton movie. Whatever. All right, we've seen this. It's called Beetlejuice. Okay, I'm guessing the guy's in the afterlife. Everything's too fucking off about this show. We see blood coming down the walls. We see 17,000 fucking fake outs. And that's something else. Shows you can only have X amount of fake outs before you lose your audience to where they exhausted to the point to where they no longer care. This is a 25-minute episode. Movies don't do this many fake outs. Okay, so I'm thinking, oh, so he's in purgatory. All right. We don't know if he's in purgatory. So then we're back and forth about whether it's vampires or purgatory. And see, it's just basically scenes happen. And then the two hitmen that were with him earlier walk out of a building that's been condemned with a suitcase full of cubic zirconias. That is the episode. What would I have done differently? I don't know. Give us some kind of like shocking reveal or have some kind of a middle, beginning, and an end. Do that. That's all I can give you. That's it.
The reason I'm having you guys do this is because I had to describe it, and I think we did such a piss poor job describing it. I don't even know what to say.
I can't do any better. Yeah, we can all take turns. Yeah.
I just want to say I think Tim Roth killed it in every single character that Tim Roth played.
If Tim Roth was in this, we would have said, hey, good performance by Tim Roth. But he's not in it. Tim Roth is not in this episode. Just because somebody has a British accent doesn't mean he's Tim Roth. Okay.
Every single character in this episode was Tim Roth. That's how great he is.
That good. He's that good.
Yes, he is.
You guys see Tim Roth. I see Eric Stoltz.
I thought it was John Malkovich.
But dude, have you not seen 4 Rooms? Tim Roth is the man.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I really like Tim Roth as well. I do, but he's not in it. And
now,
so I'm thinking 96. So this was probably during when those Guy Ritchie movies started coming out and post.
Years before.
Okay, it's a few years before. All right, so that's not it either. So
I would just like to say something, Adam. I don't want to cut you off. Just want to add that if it was Tim Roth and Mila Jovovich, I'm going Mila because Tim Roth is there all the time, more than Mila.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it'd be Timothy Olyphant first, then Mila, then Tim Roth.
A foursome though, that is something.
No, just in order.
Range.
Well, I if I had to do it, I would.
Had to? Or got to?
Somebody has a gun to his head and says you have to fuck something. Yeah.
No, one at a time, and I also need at least 6 to 12 hours in between to recharge. I need a sandwich, a shower, and a few hours of sleep. All right, and
By
then
the time he tells me he has the gun to my head, I'm already inside Olyphant, so I don't know what to say.
well, then you know what?
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to.
It was just sitting here.
It would have been me.
Itself.
It would have been Mila because Timothy. I would have been up in there before the gun.
Fuck.
Yeah. You almost be too shy. Like you fuck her just so you'd be like, I'm so shy. I don't want to ask him.
I mean, I want to keep a little bit of like anonymity about me, a little bit of curiosity.
Multi-pass.
Yeah.
She knows it's a multi-pass anyway. We're in love.
I want him to think I'm like a good guy, and he can marry me. I don't want to like put it out right away. So of course I bang the other two first.
I don't want to marry him.
I might.
No, he's already married.
He just wants a one-night stand.
Look, I'm married. I don't need 2. One's enough. Trust me. She's a cunt.
Nobody knows what we're talking about anymore.
The fourth podcast, that's what we're talking about.
I really hope she doesn't watch this.
Oh, fuck this episode though, for real. Fuck it.
Yeah, I agree with what Frank was saying earlier about have a beginning, middle, end, because as it is now, he walks in a hotel room, we don't know what's going on, and then eventually we don't care. Going off what Adam said, eventually there's so many fake outs that we just lost interest, and we just started making up our own theories and didn't give a shit, and we're not even listening to the dialogue at some point. And so it gets to the point where you don't care what's going to happen. So you're just looking at that runtime going, oh, there's 8 minutes left. Oh, great. You're not invested in the story because you feel like the story's not going to pay off, in which it doesn't. So by the time I got to the end, there wasn't enough little breadcrumbs set up for you to follow. You just kind of, I don't even want to say hitting a brick wall, like dead end with plot. You're just kind of watching it like, oh, you're a passive observer to the story that they're kind of telling you. And by the time you're at the end, it's not satisfying to anybody who would watch this.
This is another in a long series of this show where it feels like we're watching a rock video. Like if this was a video with just some music going on, it would be cool. But since you're trying to follow some kind of a story, and they're meticulously trying to set up some kind of a story with dialogue and pacing and scenes and things like that, it doesn't never work. And then this is like, I've lost track of how many episodes of this show that we've seen this same formula.
I hate the show now.
I do too. Especially since the last one we saw was like the best one we've ever seen.
And it was the one that I missed.
Yeah. It was the one that was directed by Robert Zemeckis, and he gave a shit, and it almost could have been a movie.
I know that name.
Yeah.
Finally.
It happened.
I couldn't tell you what he's done, but I know that name.
It actually happened. At first I thought I dreamt it, but then I had to go back the next day and watch the podcast again to make sure that we actually did see a good episode of Tales from the Crypt. And yeah, it happened.
I feel like we're fooled, but only because it wasn't trying to be a Tales from the Crypt episode. It felt like
it really wasn't. It was almost like a better show than the better episode than the show deserved.
I feel like he wrote a script and was like, "This is a good movie," and everyone's like, "We don't want to produce that." And he's like, "All right, I'll throw it at my show, the show I produce."
Yeah,
he made it into an episode, and that's kind of how it should have been. Really, it makes me want to read the comics and see if these are faithful to the comics.
Well, maybe the comic would actually give us some sort of direction to go in one way or the other.
Yeah, because as of now, there's nothing for any of us to latch onto.
Is there a IMDb or something with this episode that maybe helps us? I don't know.
I would say probably Wikipedia would be better. That would give you some kind of explanation or something. You know, you guys don't have that cool book like you do for Twilight Zone, where you can say what the guy says about it, kind of see if we missed something.
There's a reason there's not a book for this show.
Well, you mean multiple books?
You know what?
I think it'd be written on toilet paper. You know,
we're at 37 minutes. I say we call this good.
Yeah, we'll have an extra shorter episode.
Can I call odds on whether Phoenix drops this ball or not?
Go for it. Do it.
1 out of 10 that he doesn't drop it.
He already fell.
See, I knew it. Yes.
One of you guys, both of you guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 6. No, I don't know how many. I don't even know how many balls are in there.
I'm gonna say 38.
Okay, I'm just gonna stick with 6.
38. He hasn't heard us yet. Okay, I said 38. He said 6. Well, what is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 6.
Did you guys not do your plugs?
Oh, were we supposed to do plugs? Oops.
You didn't tell us to. Were we supposed to? Way off topic, or I mean, reddragonsradio.com. There you go.
www.raidersofthелostflicks.com if it's a bad movie we want to know about it.
And look like a psychopath saying it.
It gets crazy around here.
Nice. And
now me.
Yeah.
Hey. G58.
I was closer, so I win.
Easel kill ya.
Ugh, I hate it already.
If that said 305, I was going to flip my shit.
Yeah, Frank was way closer than I was on that one.
It was 3 numbers off of 305, which actually sort of makes sense right at this moment. It won't soon.
Also, to be fair, I haven't been keeping track of which ones that we've seen.
I'm saying the 305 on all the doors. 308, 305.
Oh, okay. See, I already forgot about that. We literally just got done watching this episode, and I've already forgot that that's one thing we failed to mention. All of the doors are labeled 305, not 247, 305.
Do you remember Hellraiser Inferno?
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one. Or no, wait, was that the one where they go to space?
No,
Isn't-
that's
Okay.
that's-
Is that the guy with the pins in his head?
Yeah, I stopped watching Hellraiser movies after they went to space. I didn't watch
Hellraiser
anymore.
Inferno is a good version of this episode where it's
Okay.
what you're talking about. It's purgatory, but it's a satisfying movie. It's super cheap. Don't expect a great movie, but it's satisfying. This episode feels like a shitty version of a Hellraiser movie, which is saying a lot because Hellraiser movies are always shitty.
Yeah, I've never expected anything from them whenever I watch them. I don't remember much about any of them to begin with.
So
Can't.
check
It was
this out,
so
guys.
long ago.
This is my time machine going back in time. Sometimes you should never go back.
I was going to say, do you have a green screen behind you? Or is it blue?
No,
It's
there's
great.
the
Great.
time machine behind them.
It's a time machine. Yeah, I'm in a time machine, Frank. We went back
Hi,
and we found out that we shouldn't go back.
Frank, Loiter in Wonderland. Believe it. It's a time machine.
We want a
Magic!
time machine. When do we want it? It doesn't matter. We want a time machine. When do we want it? Doesn't matter.
There, is that one better?
Believe the lie. That looks like a clock. Clock and braille.
No, it's a time. It's a time machine from a very old time machine movie.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah,
Giger.
before this is before that.
21 gigawatts.
Yeah, this
Great
is-
Scott!
I probably should have done the DeLorean. More people would get that.
Oh, that's Robert Zemeckis. That's Robert Zemeckis, Frank.
What, Back to the Future?
Yeah, the guy that directed the one good episode of Twilight or Tales from the Crypt we did.
Zemeckis did some other good movies too, but yeah, Back to the Future is probably one of his best.
He
If
didn't
not
do,
his best.
he didn't do
He also
part
did
3,
Forrest
did he?
Yeah, he did all of them.
Well, then he's got a flunker in there.
That's fine.
I liked 3. Everybody can fuck off. I like 3 just fine.
It's fine.
Oh, Back to the Future 3? Yeah, I like it. I like it too. I like it better than the second one.
No.
Second one's my favorite.
Yeah, the second one was the best one, but 3's fine.
3's fine. I wouldn't.
I think I like 3 because I really love westerns, so that's probably why.
I enjoy a good western. I just hated the ending. I thought the ending was terrible. I mean, if you have a time machine, why keep the train?
It's a movie.
wanted
Frank.
Anyway,
It's a movie.
so,
Yeah. It's
I
a
would
movie.
say they should have written a plot for this episode that involved the audience more in guessing what was going to happen instead of just trying to confuse them and lose them. Because eventually you're like, I lost you, ha ha, and then the audience doesn't care to catch back up with you.
Dude, Miami Connection has more of a plot than this movie.
Sad, but yes.
And that's pretty bad, but it has a more believable plot than this movie.
Better ending.
Yeah.
There's one line to this plot. The Shining. That's all it says. The Shining.
Remember The Shining? Remember things? Member berries.
The Shining. That's what we're going for here, guys. The Shining. That's
This
it.
is the worst episode we've watched so far.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to give it a score. It doesn't warrant any points. It may God have mercy on its soul. Fuck it. Done.
You got to give it something.
All right. It's a 2.
4.
4. I'll give it a solid 3.
I'm debating 3 or not. I'm going to give it a 4 because I liked some of the shots. And the acting.
Yeah, that's the only 2s that I gave was like, well, it looks like they were at least trying to make some kind of visual art here.
Yeah, the problem with this is it felt like a fucking student film, which is just
Yeah. It had that rock video taste. Like I used to do videos for fucking Skid Row, and now I'm making horror movies, yo.
They had a perfect opportunity.
Skid Row.
Yeah, right. They had a perfect opportunity to give us at least some tits.
Nope.
Nothing.
No tits.
No tits.
Brought
No
this up
tits.
before. There's no jokes. There's no nudity.
Nope.
I can't come out of my dick or my mouth. I have nothing to enjoy in this episode. What the fuck else is there, guys? What else is there? Nothing.
It wasn't gory because it didn't make Frank wince at any point, so the gore wasn't effective either. It was just a little bit of blood. That's about it.
One time.
Oh, did it? Did the guy with the veins coming out of his dick kind of freak you out a little bit? Okay.
Look away.
Yeah.
You covered his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you covering your eyes.
Yeah.
I was looking at it like, oh yeah, show me anything, something, anything.
Yeah. Me too. Me and you were like really close to our screens, and Frank is like,
I have this phobia, dude. I can't see that shit. I just can't.
I wasn't alarmed by that. I was alarmed by the. He was gonna break it. That made me laugh.
Mine is
Vandalay. Dude, it was
Vandalay.
It was too comical for even softcore porn. Okay, like seriously, even softcore porn would be like, dude, really? Come on, slow the fuck down.
A 15-minute boxing or UFC match with his cock.
Like dude, you and I have seen a million Andy Sedaris movies. We know how soft porn is supposed to be. All right, so.
Dude, 2 a.m. Cinemax would have laughed at this. Okay?
Skinemax for sure. Yeah, Skinemax would have said nope. Next. That's why this is an HBO show and not a Cinemax show.
I think it's just the debut at like 10 o'clock at night, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I do
Something
believe
like
you're
that.
right.
Yeah.
Imagine watching this at 10 o'clock at night and being like, eh.
See, Tales from the Crypt has a very nostalgia thing for me because I was every weekend we would go to my dad's, and there's nothing to do there because it's a 1-bedroom apartment all the time. So I just remember watching Tales from the Crypt late at night on the couch. So
it was during that time where we just watched something because nothing else was on. Now we don't have all these choices like the kids nowadays got all these choices
on demand. Even
it said HBO, and you were like, "Yes, it's gonna be stuff I shouldn't be watching at the age I'm at.
It'll be naughty."
And that was it. I wasn't even thinking naughty. I was thinking like, this is more my mental age of where I'm at. I didn't want to watch fucking cartoons. We
didn't want to watch. We want something a little bit more progressive than Goosebumps at this point.
Exactly.
Phoenix knows this all too well. I mean, we didn't know if it was possible, but there was a good possibility that I was going to wreck this couch tonight.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm saying. You know when or if, but it could happen. It happened more times than not. With this one, there's no wrecking couch in this one. I don't know.
There's a chance I watched this episode as a child and then stuck my dick in the fridge. Chance. Which things on my dick.
Exactly what in the fridge would you go for?
No, literally the accordion thing and press it up against when you close it.
Okay, the magnet suction thing.
Don't give me that face. You press it there and you're like, oh, it's cool. It suppresses these boners that do nothing at this age.
And then later in life, I found out that that's what anal feels like.
You are having anal wrong.
No, it's just really tight, and then I'm in a big room.
Oh,
it's the best way I could. It's like hello.
That you're having up there. I follow your anal reference more than I follow this episode, though. So I guess I'll give.
Yeah, his anal reference makes way more sense.
He has a lot there.
And on that one,
if you're listening to the podcast, check us out next week for 308 Easel Kill Ya. If you're watching the live stream on YouTube, we'll be right back with Twilight Zone 514 U Drive with episode 170 of LIW Twilight Zone Review. This is LIW Tales From The Crypt Review, episode 12, I want to say. 12? How's that sound?
Sure. Sounds good. It's a nice round number. Yeah.
So until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Frank Links.
And I'm Adam Wilcox.
So long. Go fuck yourself, episode. I hate this episode, guys. I hate it.
I didn't hear what you just said. I heard I hated, and then it cut out.
I hated it.
It was bad. It was bad, but it did give us some good content to laugh about, though. It did.
We find stuff to laugh about. That's why we do this.
That's what's fun about it. The worse it is, the funnier it is. I mean, Shadow Play was not a funny episode that Phoenix and I did because we just spent 30 minutes saying how much we loved everything. This is so great, isn't it? Yes, it is. I love this.
All right, so round of potty breaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go potty, but I reviewed Raising Arizona, and I love that movie so much I had to create a separate character to make fun of it.
I found out about it, dude. I'm like, why didn't he let me know? I love that movie. I would have done it with him.
Oh, I did it on my own with 2 people. Frank, can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. That's why I went. What you did?
I created a separate character to talk about the movie with.
I got no text. No text saying, "Hey Frank, raising Arizona question mark."
Podcast, Frank. It's not a podcast.
Yeah, it's
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
Video show.
Oh, YouTube.
No, it's not YouTube.
What?
It's a video show. You'd have to shoot a video.
Oh,
It's for B Movie Battle.
oh. Well, Adam was in it.
nope.
Or did you just?
Adam, who shot video, you mean?
No, I was watching one where I think Adam.
Yeah.
No,
he shot some video.
I think you inserted Adam talking about a movie.
Yeah,
that
'cause he made a video review of the movie.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a notification that I was at work and I started watching it and I gave it a thumbs down immediately. And I'm kidding, it was a thumbs up. And yeah, and then I saw Adam and I was like, that motherfucker, he became me. No, I'm kidding. No animosity, man. I'm happy you joined us.
If you want to review Bangkok Dangerous in the next couple days, you go right ahead, shoot a video, send it to me.
I gotta watch it first.
That's how he was on the show.
Who's in Bangkok? No, never mind. It's gotta be Nick Cage.
Yeah, of course Nick Cage is in it. I watched it and jerked off to it. It was Nick Cage.
Let me ask something, Phoenix. Why do you claim you own 2 Blu-rays of the same movie and then say, actually I don't. This is just a fucking case.
Why do I?
I was in tears laughing. And then it fell, and you're like, oh well that was the big one anyway.
That's about it.
I mean, in tears. I'm just like,
I did 2 episodes in that movie, Color Out of Space. I shot that episode twice, and I just released both because fuck it.
awesome. See, the problem is like when I'm at work, I can just hear things. Like I can't visually see them. You know, like sometimes I can get away with it, but for the majority of the part, I can't see what I'm hearing.
There's a black episode and a white episode.
That's racist.
I was alarmed. You are having anal wrong. Oh, there we go. All I heard was you're having anal wrong.
Somehow I attributed to you fucking the kitchen to me doing anal. I don't know how. Oh god damn.
Body.
Yeah, now that you say it, I gotta pee, and then I'm gonna go fuck my wife in the ass. Oh yeah. I cannot stop watching Arnold say that. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I love it. I'll be back. 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 God damn it, Frank. Oh my goodness.
Frank. Francis, can you hear me? He's looking at his Twilight Zone Blu-ray. Let's drop my AC again. Fine. Call him Francis. He loves it.
No, I'm not doing that. If my name was Francis, I would change my name. I would. It took me a long enough time to come to terms with Adam.
Frank.
I heard that, jerk off.
I set you up there on accident. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I love how your microphone literally comes right off of the backdrop. Like you have the world's largest microphone. You need to deep throat that shit like
Let's try it.
Nice.
You noticed the nice brand new crisp hat for the episode?
Okay.
Ouch. I thought I said I said mean shit.
You say mean shit and it sounds like an argument.
Yeah, I know.
You got to build up that rapport first.
I'm not quite there.
What's in the box?
I'm just an impatient motherfucker is what it is.
Where is this episode? Our next episode is going to be good.
Yes. Next episode I enjoyed.
You watched it?
Yep. Absolutely. Watched it this afternoon. I watched it while I was cooking, actually.
I like that episode.
Yes.
Let me look up one thing before we go live here. I want to look up season 5.
Oh, we haven't not been live. I didn't end the broadcast. I can't.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I thought we're still on pause, but you're right. I see you.
No, yeah. I can
put the podcast. How about that?
I can cover the pictures up if you'd rather I did that.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm looking at season 5 right now.
I'll well actually this time you're going to download the episode and upload it to your channel, right? From your end?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck?
They usually don't go up until like an hour or two after we finish broadcasting.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow, so no big deal.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Unless we did something really stupid, it'll be there. So
season 5 of Twilight Zone. We have 2 episodes I put in. Okay, I'll talk about that on the show. Okay. And Frank's not here. Should we just start?
That'll be all right. I'll give him a couple minutes.
How come we went to piss? He put in the Blu-ray.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's a confusing man.
Yeah.
I left the broadcast earlier because he started to do his Chip Chipperson impression, so I just left. I can't deal with that. I can't do it anymore, Frank. Stop it.
I don't even know who that is.
It's Jim Norton on some radio show, but he talks like this. That's what he sent us a text earlier.
Oh.
We both ignored it.
I didn't get that reference.
Yeah. Okay, we're starting, Frank. There we go. Starting the podcast now. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm good.
Yeah, by the time I just need
shit.
What? I just need a sound check. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 3 clips.
Do it.
Let me plug the phone in first. Wait, wrong phone. God damn it! Having 2 iPhones again is fucking me all up.
Deal drugs. You don't have to worry about that.
I wish I was. I'd be a lot more rich.
That was bad.
What?
Good God, that was infuriating.
I can't hear you. My ears are ringing.
Rod just raped both my ear holes.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Sorry about that, audience. Damn it.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead. Try it again. I'm scared. I'm so scared.
Driver. Just arrived at a crossroad in his life.
Is that good?
And he's chosen the wrong turn. The hit occurred in the world he knows, but the run will lead him straight into the Twilight Zone.
Try it again. I can hear him, but I'd rather it be louder, you know?
Portrait of a nervous man, Oliver Pope by name. Office manager by profession. A man beset by...
Because I can't hear it, because I can't hear anything.
All right. Ready to go?
Oh,
God damn it.
fuck it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the dark territory.
I know she's not deaf or dumb or retarded or anything.
Loitering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review. Portrait of a nervous man, Oliver Pope by name, office manager by profession. A man beset by life's problems, his job, his salary, the competition to get ahead. Obviously, Mr. Pope's mind is not on his driving. Oliver Pope, businessman turned killer on a rain-soaked street in the early evening of just another day during just another drive home from the office. The victim, a kid on a bicycle, lying injured near death. But Mr. Pope hasn't time for the victim. His only concern is for himself. Oliver Pope, hit-and-run driver, just arrived at a crossroad in his life, and he's chosen the wrong turn. The hit occurred in the world he knows, but the run will lead him straight into the Twilight Zone.
Jaws is the greatest. Oh, sorry. Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone review. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Frank Links.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Welcome, guys. Today it's episode 170. We're reviewing You Drive, season 5, episode 14. The episode debuted. I haven't done this in quite a few years, Frank. January 3rd, 1964. Only reason I bring it up because it's the first episode of the last year of Twilight Zone. And I believe after this we have 23 or 24 episodes, something like that.
It's very fitting. It starts off with the Earl Hammy classic and ends with an Earl Hammy classic.
Does it end with a classic?
Well, I use classic like very loosely, like not at all, really.
Like Charles Manson is classic. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, like like the Titanic sinking.
Yeah. It's old, is what you mean.
Like Tiny Tim music is classic.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim was a great musician, sir.
He's a better actor.
But for You Drive, did we all watch this today, or Adam, did you watch it yesterday?
I watched it today while I was cooking dinner.
And you watched Long Morrow as well. You mentioned? No?
No, I didn't watch Long Morrow. Not yet.
I thought you said you watched it while cooking.
I watched this one, the one that we're about to talk about.
Episode, how good it is, and you said yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about You Drive.
No, you thought You Drive was really good. Interesting.
Yes.
Frank is aghast. I'm moderate. Opinion.
What?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Let's get into it first. Let's
Sure.
introduce it. Oliver Pope. He's driving around, and Rod's like, he's not even fucking paying attention to this sack of shit. It reminded me of what episode was that, Frank? Where the guys walk around the desert and they didn't have enough fillers, so they has Rod going, move on, march on, blah blah blah, march on, you sack of shit. You're marching toward death, you piece of shit, you cunty cunt. And he's just like roasting him.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Corey. Keep walking. Keep treading rock or something. He
Roasting him.
He kept saying this one phrase, keep making anyway, he basically kept poning him over and over and over and over and over. It was I shot an arrow into the air.
Yeah, it was when he drew the
telephone lines.
Yeah, the telephone lines, and he drew that. But he's walking around at one point, and he's like, "You sack of shit, Mr. Corey, walking around like you own the place. God, I ought to kill you. I could. I'm the writer. I could kill you right now, and it wouldn't even matter. Anyway, keep walking." But this where he's like, he's driving, he's not even paying attention.
Yeah, he's like, because if you stop walking, you're gonna have to deal with what you just did, Mr. Corey. So keep treading stone. Or now I got to figure out what the heck he said. Now it's gonna bug me. Whatever. But it was actually a good episode, though.
I just said the word cunt 3 times in a row. He said heck.
I didn't even hear you say cunt once. I hate these fucking these headphone things.
That's all right. But he's driving around. His name's Oliver Pope, and they shot. I guess what really happened in real life is they shot it in reverse, where he pulls the guy backpedals away from the car, and the car backs away. But in reality, it's like he's driving. He pulls up on the wrong curb, like he's in fucking England. And the guy clumsily bumps into the car and falls over, and he's like, "Oh!" And he's clearly dying.
It was a suicide by bicycle.
Fun fact:
no.
the actor who played Oliver refused to be in that scene with the kid on the bike.
Why?
I don't know. Had some moral dilemma about it.
What a dick.
What's the point of the episode? The episode is a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Douche.
I don't know. Ask him. I'm just letting you know what happened.
Fucking prima donnas.
He reminded me of Bob Gutton, the warden from Shawshank, right?
Yes, he did. You know what? I kept waiting to see a pink box with a pie.
I love that guy. Every time he shows up in any movie, I'm like, he did it. He did it. He's the fucking guy.
He pulls out some old shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy. I mean, how often do you look at a guy's shoes like that? Yeah.
Honestly, I look at them all the time.
From that movie.
I'm going to send you down with the sodomites.
And then we'll have a book burning party and dance around it like engines.
Wild engines.
Oh, Shawshank.
Yeah, Shawshank.
Anyway, he kills a kid.
I'm sorry.
At this point, he hits the kid in the bike. It's the worst special effect. He barely hits the car. He falls over slowly. You could tell he like put his foot down and then slowly fell. Like the stuntman was not willing to commit. And then the fucking guy drives home.
He runs away and flees the scene of an accident,
run.
Which I have successfully done 3 times. And
don't be announcing it on YouTube now. Damn it.
No, well, I mean, obviously other people were involved, but nobody was hurt. You know, I made sure nobody was hurt before I fled. Yeah. And
Frank Links out resemble
3 times I succeeded. The other three times I got caught. Yeah.
And that's why I have to turn to my co-host. I'm sorry. Oh,
my name's really not Frank, so it doesn't matter.
How do you feel about second mic, Adam? How do you feel about that? Well, Frank's in somewhere.
Wait. How does he feel about what?
I mean, I definitely didn't pull a hit and run, so
Adam, can you delay us like 45 minutes testing a microphone? Are you prepared to do that?
Oh, because I had control over that, right? That was me. It was all me. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be asleep in the driveway, but I will make sure I still delay the fuck out of this.
Why are you saying that out loud and then committing to it? Don't do it.
Okay, I'll keep it to myself next time.
Thank you.
All right.
God, rude.
You said it first. I was just confirming.
Asking Adam if he's willing to accept that role.
I didn't say yes, Frank.
I don't care.
I'll find a homeless now.
At least everybody can see my chair. Half your chair is missing. So what? What now?
Whose chair?
It's a magical chair.
Adam's chair.
He's got Rod Serling over his shoulder, like the guardian rod.
I have Leo Fender's finest. So whatever.
Huh?
Huh?
Nothing. I'm a Rod, not you.
I know.
Why do you like this episode?
I like this episode because it's basically Christine.
Yeah, but
it's Christine. But I don't want to jump the turnstile too soon. But I'll say it's Christine. But unlike Christine, this one actually has a better ending. Like I liked the ending. I did. I didn't think I would, but I did.
Here's what I want to throw to you, Adam.
Sure.
One of my biggest thoughts of this episode. If you ever seen the movie The Machinist,
no. Please
go watch it right now.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I gotta go watch The Machinist.
No, seriously, watch
it. Out, Adam.
It's very similar to this. It's not so much the ending, but I don't want to give too much away because I really fucking love that movie.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Honestly, Phoenix, if you're up for it after this, I will watch it with you on Skype too, because I want to watch it so bad from hearing about it with you.
It's a really good movie. Check it out.
So that's a no.
I said no.
I didn't hear that. See, because I had these on.
I still hear you.
Through your mixer, I bet.
What is the difference?
So I can't hear myself talk.
Frank can't hear me at all, so I'll just say whatever I want.
No, when I talk, I can't really hear you. That's because it's no whatever.
Yeah.
There's a difference, and you don't realize it until you. I don't know, Phoenix. Pull those out and put a USB mic into your computer, and then you let me know.
Inside you? Yeah. Okay.
No. That's later when you come up here.
You heard me. Weird. I can't wait for you to listen back to this. By the way.
That's why I love listening to him because I always hear. Yeah.
Oh,
So Frank, what are your? I mean, let's go overall thoughts. We'll go out of order for once. Your overall thoughts of this episode, because Adam said his, and I want to see where I land between you guys.
This is absolutely this episode by far. It's almost in battle with the Bewitching Pool of how bad this episode is. It's number 2 on worst episodes of all 5 seasons.
Fuck you. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I hated it that much.
you hate this one worse than last week's fucking grandfather clock bullshit. And
He likes Ed Wynn. I don't apologize the episode for Ed Wynn. Ed Wynn's great, but that episode fucking sucks.
Yeah. It's a waste of Ed Wynn.
If Edwin was in You Drive, I would love You Drive.
I like this more because it's not Ed Wynn. It's not a sympathetic guy. Ed Wynn is way too sympathetic.
No, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
He's a straight up asshole. Yeah.
Oh, I have that clip.
The protagonist is a bad guy. Yeah.
It's the domestic violence episode. His wife is such a nagging bitch, and he yells at her, and it's just that for 40 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever.
Yep.
How would you feel if you found out you just bought a car with a conscience?
How would I feel?
Whatever that means.
I would hit my wife.
Take
So you
it
wanna
for a
hear
ride
from-
in it.
Oh, if that was my wife back in the 60s, there'd definitely be domestic abuse.
Oh, don't get me wrong. She deserves to be hit for that fucking haircut.
Yeah.
That a
I-
short-
There's one thing that she does that's pretty stupid though. She says, "We got to do something about those hoodlums in the garage."
Yeah.
Who the fuck has hoodlums in the garage? Even in 1964, that shit don't make a lick of sense. That's nonsense.
I can go to Camden right now, 10-minute drive, and I can go to a bunch of garages. Hoodlums will not be in those garages. Nope.
No.
They're out in the streets.
I mean, in Canada, the hoodlums live in garages, but that's besides the point.
Here's what I have for season 5. Because I think season 5 is the worst season of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, for sure.
Tier 1, top tier bucket. I have In Praise of Pip and Nightmare 20,000 Feet.
Fair enough. Can't
Tier 2,
argue.
I have Steel, kind of a stopwatch, Last Night of a Jockey, Living Doll, Old Man in the Cave, Uncle Simon because of the roasts, Probe 7 Over and Out, Short Drink from a Certain Fountain, Ring a Ding Girl, and this one.
Ugh, Ring It In Girl. No, I can't put that in season tier 2. No fucking way.
I would put Steel in tier 1, by the way. Just I would argue that with you, but that's
that one's scored right for sure.
It's not enough in that episode. It's a good idea, good premise. It just doesn't. It's not enough in it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they had enough time to.
It's undercooked.
I don't care how much time they had. I watched what I watched. That's all I care about.
Yeah, this is a TV show built for human consumption. So
Fair enough. That's why I would have a conversation about not agreeing with you, but that's fair enough.
Yeah. So, bottom tier, I have The Seventh is Made Up of Phantoms and 90 Years Without Slumbering.
for sure.
This one I'm putting tier 2. It's. I like this episode way more than I thought I would. I remember this episode and I was like, oh God, here we go. And I start watching it and I'm like, oh, it's not bad. The main actor's good. The premise is cheesy, but taken seriously, and it kind of works.
There's some other things going on the side though too that have a setup and a payoff. So I like that stuff too. Yeah.
Why are you laughing, Frank?
I was just reminded of the Twilight Pones take on this episode and how they did it, and I almost want to play it. I don't care if they get mad or not because it's worth playing. But it's
go listen to their episode.
Yes, I will say that.
I've listened to their shows unless we've done it. And yeah,
I've heard them all already. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole season 5 I haven't heard by them yet. But this episode, so he takes the car home. He goes inside. They start domestic violencing conversation, whatever you want to call it, and they talk. And then he's like, "I'm not feeling good." She gives him a Tylenol, and then she sees the lights flickering in the garage, and she's like, "Someone's in the garage! Hurry, hurry, Oliver!" And he goes in there, and he turns off the lights, and there's nothing there. And then she mentions, "This car better work right because I paid a whole $35 to get this car repaired."
I was like, can I get their number? Because I used to have a mechanic who was stuck in like the 70s of pricing because he was an alcoholic with cancer, but he's since passed, and I don't have a mechanic like that anymore.
From the alcoholism or the cancer?
Probably both.
Okay. I know what you're wondering, people. I know what you're listening for. I know what you want to hear. Of course I know how many calls from St. Louis to Ohio that is. It's 46.6 repeating.
I was wondering, and I knew you were going to give it. Thank you for.
Of course I did. That's a lot of calls to St. Louis.
So I mean,
Ohio, whatever the order was, I forgot.
that's so much conversation time, and just for a little bit of tuning up of your everyday driver.
You can't even buy wiper blades now for $35. That's not going to fucking happen. That's not going to fly.
Only if there's a sale.
Yeah, if there's a sale, and you might get like a.
But they're steel. I guarantee they're steel, and not the floppy ones like you really want.
No, yeah, they're the cheap ones. That's kind of what I was going to get at there. I'm glad you brought that up. It's $35 for cheap because they're fucking like shipped from China, and they're not actually made for cars. But that is a cheap ass repair. And she's like, that was a whole $35. That was a month and a half salary. $35, Oliver. Do you hear me? Do you hear my haircut? You can hear this. It's so sharp.
That is a month and a half salary of an office manager.
Yeah, I mean, we learned how much what's his name was earning making toys in that fucking terrible episode in season 4.
I think I know what one you're talking about.
God. They go to bed. They wake up in separate beds. The horn's going off, and he decides to go out there and turn off the horn. And I'm like, he opens the hood. I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to begin to pull to turn off the fucking horn. I would have no idea.
Go to the source that's making the sound. It should be easy.
How is that going to work in a garage?
Now, mind you, the guy that's telling you this, Phoenix, is the guy with a steering wheel attached to his microphone. He's going to know what the fuck button to pull on that exact
model. He's going to pinpoint that sound inside a garage.
They are not attached, sir.
I bet Frank knows exactly what model that car is and exactly where the horn assembly is to detach that shit.
This steering wheel is worth more than every DVD that you have in your collection.
I believe you.
I know it was a Ford Fairlane.
What's that?
The car. It was a Ford Fairlane.
I thought it was a Dart.
No.
How'd you come up with that?
IMDb trivia.
Oh, burn!
I got to have a talk with Fred. He was wrong.
Go right ahead. Talk with Fred.
Fred was wrong.
Fucking Fred. Who's Fred?
Fred fucks.
From the Twilight Zone.
There you go. Does he seem like a car guy? I'm not a car guy either, but he's very far removed from a car guy.
He's a guitarist in a band that lives in New York.
I don't know shit about cars.
I don't give a shit about cars either. I'm from Michigan. Fuck cars. Fuck them.
I'm a car guy from Jersey, and I'm IndyCar media. I love cars. And I didn't know what this was because I have I don't. All old cars look the same to me.
Racist. Okay, so let's talk about
racist.
Yeah.
Why? Because the car was black. All cars are black in a black and white TV show.
It's great. Frank, this is our third episode. Let's get back to serious. This is our third episode.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
Our third episode about cars. And I rank them as the following, which I can't believe I'm about to say. You drive. Less quality is a thing about machines. And then the whole truth. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of you.
You think The Whole Truth is the best? That's one of my least favorite episodes.
Which one's that?
The Whole Truth, where he buys the haunted car and can't tell a lie. Liar, liar, original. And Khrushchev shows up at the end.
Oh boy,
That sucks.
Oh, the thing about machines, right? Where the car kills him in the pool.
Yeah, but this is better than The Whole Truth.
That was great. That was so much better than this.
This is a good story, I think. I like the story on this one.
Yeah. That guy
What's
in
the
the
story? It's a hit and run, and the car was mad at him for not staying,
See what you just said right there. It says way more than you think it did. The car was mad at the guy. The car was like, "Motherfucker, go turn yourself in.
You killed a kid." Burr, burr. You know, like
this is about the manifestation of guilt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guilty because he tried to do a thing, and the car.
I'm on your side, Adam.
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
I know.
Look, a lot of stories Rod writes, you have to really dig deep for the meaning. This one couldn't be any more on the nose, and he tells you so at the end.
Yeah. And unlike Christine, where the owner,
which I
of
love,
car,
by the way, I love Christine.
I absolutely
one
do.
of my most favorite Stephen King movies of all time.
But that one, the car controls its owner, and this one, the car is basically the guilt of the guy. It's manifesting in the car. We don't know why or how. It's just the fact that it's happening, and they do it in a slick way. At least I think so.
See, I disagree with that last part because I think if it was
It's not slicker at all.
You could watch it for the car wasn't really involved with it. It was more his mental state. They didn't do that.
No,
they kind of did, Phoenix. I'm going to disagree with you there. They kind of did with the whatever that guy who came over and did his correspondence.
Yeah, let's get to that part. Yeah,
he was talking about taking his job. He was a little bit, pissed off about that, and then that shows up.
The car out, and the car broke down on the wife and drove her to the scene of the crime. They didn't do that.
Well, it didn't drive her to the scene of the crime. It broke down at the scene of the crime, and it was literally a block away from their house.
Yeah, but the car was supernatural with her and not him involved at all.
What? So. That was a big skip. Are we still on here?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
You skipped.
What I said was the car didn't drive her without her control to the scene. It decided to stall at the scene. Because I'm pretty sure the corner is like down the street from his house.
Yeah, I heard everything you said. I just don't agree that I think that is a problem with, because it should, if it's all in his head and it's his guilt, like what Adam was saying, I think that should have went more hinting toward it being just his mental state with the guilt. But with the wife breaking down right there, it's literally a supernatural car. That's where it falls apart for me.
And it's even more supernatural that it drove its ass back to the garage without anybody knowing.
See, that kind of gave me the creeps. That's kind of what I liked about it. It kind of gives you a little bit of that cold chill. Like this car is going out of its way to let the owner know that I know what's up. You ain't going to fucking tell me. I'm going to tell you.
I picture it like crowbars came out and opened up the garage very slowly.
And I would have gave this whole premise with the car more credence if there wasn't already an eyewitness.
Yeah. I would have given it more credence if she wasn't a female and driving the car badly. I was like, is she just a female or is she driving the car bad? Is the car haunted?
Is there a difference?
I don't even know. Remember when the car stalled in the middle of the freeway intersection? And then
you just get out.
She gets out of the car, goes to the payphone, and everyone starts honking at this empty fucking car. Like it's going to move on its own. They don't really know it's haunted. Like, oh, this is the haunted car of the neighborhood.
Or get out and help.
No, nobody does a goddamn thing except move, bitch, like to the car itself.
My favorite is when he's walking down the street. He's going to go walk to the bus stop, and the car is slowly following down the neighborhood, and nobody in the fucking neighborhood notices a car with nobody driving the fucking thing in broad daylight, just cruising down. followed him like a fucking creeper. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was waiting for the car to pull up and say, "Hey, I got a puppy in the trunk." You know.
He even sped up and slowed down his walk to see if the car would match him.
That was great. I liked it. It's fucking cheesy, but I liked it. I
He
was
did.
giggling a little bit. Yeah.
He did his own scientific experiment. Is this car with no driver really following me? Let me test this out for real. Like,
never mind that there's no driver.
yeah, that right there would send me running.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh God, I gotta quit doing whatever it was I've been doing. Like, no more caffeine ever, no more sugar, nothing. I'm done. I'm
Stop
checking
hitting my wife.
psych ward. I'm gonna join a church. I'm gonna do charity for the rest of my life. I'm done. Yeah, that would have been it.
See something crazy, guys?
If this was me, it would be like 5 Kias, 4 Ford Transits.
There's been a bunch of minivans.
yeah, a few.
What would have been funny is if you would have walked all the way to a used car lot and had the car following him, just so you could watch one of those used car lot assholes come out and try to say, "Oh, hey, that car just basically drives itself." That'll be a good selling point.
That'd be the whole truth.
Season 2, yeah, right. Was it season 2 or season 3?
It was video. It was a video episode.
It was, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just so it was season 2 then. I'm going to guess.
Season 3.
Well, okay.
You want to see something crazy though? Let me cue it up real quick here. Let me screen share because this is a good thing. So screen share. Screen 1. Okay. So this is 1954, probably shot in 1953. Here's his house. Let me rewind a little bit. Oh. They show the house when the car backs out on its own. Crazy.
Wow, there's so many screens to look at. I don't know which one.
All right, so look at the yard. Let me close this.
Wow, you have so many tabs.
I don't. So this is the house, right?
Yeah.
This is modern time.
You gotta be kidding! You went to Google Maps. You went this far.
Exactly the same.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
No,
It's
a wide shot.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yo, Phoenix, hold on. Adam, round of applause.
Look at this. Okay.
Phoenix, you deserve it, buddy.
You found a thing. I like it.
Yeah.
Look, it's insane how close this house is to. Look at this. The exact same, like what's this called? The Japanese, fucking what's it called? But look, go here.
The plants even cut the same way.
They're the exact same. It's got here. They cut.
Oh my God, you're right.
There's a fence over here. They got rid of it. That's it.
Road trip, everyone. Road trip. We gotta go check this out.
Look, see right here.
It's a beautiful white birch in the front there.
They got the lattice. They got fucking everything. Looks like they painted it. Maybe not. It's hard to tell in black and white, obviously. But
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but my grandmother, every tree in our property, she would paint the top, the first 5 feet of every trunk white with. I don't know why.
Yeah, that happens a lot out here in Arizona too. I don't get it.
Why? I even asked her why you do it. I don't know. Just used to doing it. I'm like, how are you used to doing it? You grew up in the city.
That's just fucking weird. Nobody does that out here.
Yeah, Arizona does it too. A lot of their trees are painted white. I'm sure there's a reason. It doesn't dry it out as much. Who knows?
I don't know. Like, I don't get it.
Why though?
It's a strange trend. Yeah.
It's an Italian thing, that's for sure. I guarantee you, wherever you find a tree that's white like that, knock on the door. They will have plastic on their furniture.
I was just gonna say that it's the nature equivalent of having plastic on the furniture. Our very eyes are at them. It's freaky.
My grandmother in the living room, she used the corner of the living room, and she dumped about 4 bags of white stone and built a fake forest, like with trees and everything. It was ridiculous.
So she thought like the CIA was after her and everything.
She was just totally out of her mind.
Sounds like it.
Italian.
Oh, the episode.
Oh yeah, right. This shitty piece of shit, right?
I like that he eventually doesn't want to leave the house, so he skips work one day, and he's like, his wife is like, "Oh, you have to touch the flu," and his friend Pete comes over. worker.
Touch of the flu, huh? Let me grab your hand. And I'm like, social distancing.
He's like basically tongue kisses him and is like, oh, you heard you get the flu. Oh, yeah, it tastes like it. Anyway, so I did your work at work with our businessman. We do vague work at work. And and he's like, motherfucker, you took my job. You're going to take my job. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Like, when do you find out he's probably a male stripper?
That'd be amazing. You took my stage time, you dick.
You took all my tips.
And then Pete leaves. Pete gets pulled over because some fucking narco Karen neighbor is like, that's the guy. I know it's him. And he's like, all right. And the motorcycle cop pulls him over and arrests him.
I need that G-string money to feed my bitch of a wife.
The motorcycle cop did not have to start the motorcycle to go and pull him over. He could have just stepped out front.
He could have threw a rock and would have stopped that car. They're going an hour.
Hey,
like, where were you last night at 6:15? He's like, I was at home with my wife and kids. He's like, we get a witness who says you're wrong.
Put a stick in the spokes.
Cool. I was still home. Doesn't mean she's right. That's not how this works.
I was thinking this man would not be found guilty of this crime.
No. Cool. You see any dent in my car? No. Okay. Bye then, bitch.
Yeah, he would be a terrible Adam Grant. This wouldn't work. Or maybe he is Adam Grant. Because
Adam Grant from Shadow Play?
Yeah, because he was innocent.
Yeah. I don't think he was innocent.
Well, we don't know what he
killed some people.
In his dream, sure.
No, in real life.
No, because he wakes up, he goes to work, and every night he has the same dream. It's this one every night. Please, you got to believe me.
I don't believe him.
Do you want me to just start mouthing everything you're going to say now?
Yes. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm confused.
You lost me.
What are we doing? I don't get what game we're playing.
The Adam Grant miming everything the word says.
I got you. Okay. Wow.
Hey Adam, can you go see if there's a roast in your oven? Because I bet you it's going to be a steak or something. I'll prove it to you. There's so many more easier ways I can prove this to you. But go home. There's a steak in the oven. I guarantee it'll be something else. Maybe like a lamb tonight. I don't know, but it won't be steak.
Yeah, Adam, watch that episode if you haven't seen it.
Shadow Play, season 2, episode 25.
No, it's like one of the last ones.
12.
23.
We should know this by heart.
I'll look at it.
Closer. It's one of the last episodes. Remember that last 5 episodes? 4 of them are our favorite episodes.
You're right. Yeah. So it's like 30, 29.
It was less than that season.
25. 25 sounds right.
25 sounds about right. I think 26 is silence. Let's find out. It is episode 26.
Yep. See.
25. Silence is 25. Okay.
See, I was wrong. So, there you go.
Good point then.
Thank you. Par for the course. Right on.
Yeah. So, the episode, the car's honking at him, trying to get him to go turn himself in. His coworker gets arrested, which really seems to work out for Oliver. So I don't know what he's supposed to learn there.
He's like,
he can't wait to get to work. He's like, yeah.
Don't have the flu anymore.
First of all, I hit that pesky fucking paper boy, and now I'm going to get rid of my pesky fucking coworker. This is a good day. He should be in a lot better of a mood than he's in, but he's not.
If this car kills my wife, I have won the fucking lottery. I did the hat trick.
I was waiting for that to happen. Like the car comes in, bangs his wife, and then kills her.
The freaking hat trick.
What else does he need to win? Because then he, in the night, the radio goes off, and he goes out there and he smashes it with a hammer.
and then all of a sudden, the wife's gone, everyone's gone, and then he wakes up the next morning. The car went and robbed the bank that night and came back, and the money is just all in there.
I did it with a trace, Oliver. Thank you, car. Call me Fairlane.
So you guys are definitely fans of Christine. Have you ever seen that movie from the 1970s called The Car? with Dennis Weaver. I think Dennis Weaver's in that one.
Is that what you're looking up this whole time?
No.
Don't lie.
No, I've seen it before. I maybe it's not Dennis Weaver. Let me double check.
No, I haven't seen it though.
You sure it's not Kurt Russell?
The car is driven by the devil. That's the whole premise of the fucking movie.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, spooky.
The devil. Oh, you mean Burgess Meredith? I got you.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith.
Was the cigar shaped in a zigzag lightning bolt shape?
Sometimes the cigar is just a big brown dick.
Oh, it's James Brolin. Actually, I was wrong.
Ooh.
She's a fat one. That one, whatever he says. I like them big.
The Car. James Brolin, Kathleen Lloyd, John Marley, Elizabeth Thomas.
Batmobile. Tim Burton's Batmobile.
It's weird.
Looks terrible. Did not say it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's a good movie, but I kind of liked it. I guess I just have a thing for like haunted cars.
He looks so much like Josh right there. Go back like 2 pictures. He looks so much like his son there on the left. That is crazy.
Looks like Gary Busey.
On the
like
right?
during his cocaine. Well,
wait,
it looks like Gary Busey. I was going to say his cocaine days, but I don't really know where it started. Yeah, just Gary Busey. Period.
These guys are wearing a lot of khaki right here.
Oh yeah.
You should see Gary Busey's Twitter thumbnail. He looks insane.
Yeah, boy.
I feel like weird looking at this picture. Yeah, there's the car a little bit closer.
It looks like the Batmobile.
It's evil looking. I'll give it that.
They did this like shrunk down to where like a human would not normally fit in there. So,
well, they probably needed 20 of them.
Car right there.
You just blew Frank's mind again.
It's the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life.
That's a devil car, Frank.
They picked the perfect car. I gotta hand to him.
He is falling right in his head in that picture. That looks brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Like, dude, the only part of his body is the side of his head and his shoulder is touching the ground there. The rest of him is in the air. It's extremely weird way to fall.
Assassino Invisible. Assassino.
Is that the name of the movie?
Must be a foreign title.
I think that's these are the foreign posters, but yeah, in the United States, it's definitely called The Car.
That's a really boring.
That's definitely not the translation for the car.
That's something else that they're doing.
Yeah, in Mexican, in Spanish, that would be El Caro.
El Caro.
Or something close to that effect. Or La Caro. Are cars feminine or masculine
like
in Spanish?
Evil car, more than anything.
It looks. I mean,
little French.
It's very evil looking. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Anyway,
if that car was speeding at you at 50 miles an hour, you'd be like, "Oh my god, it's about to fuck me up."
I like how they're being chased in the desert, but there's clearly mountains, but they don't go to the mountains. Like they stand out in the open.
But I love in this episode you drive. It's raining as he's walking to the bus station for some reason. It just starts pouring rain.
Yeah, it was a cool effect. It doesn't really do anything for the episode, but it does bring the tension in. It ramps it up a little bit.
One of many in this that does nothing for it. But my point being is, it's like you keep seeing his feet going, and you can tell he's running, and he's not running forward. No, he's running, easy.
He's not moving any sidewalk tiles down.
And you think the car's going to run him down. He falls and trips, of course, and almost.
I really did think that car was going to run him down for sure.
Yep, but then whoopsies, we got you.
That's what I'm saying earlier about. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is exactly what I'm saying earlier. A thing about machines: the car kills the guy for seemingly no reason. The guy just seems like a dick. He doesn't really deserve it.
Because it was a machine.
The guy killed the guy, and the car is like, I won't hit you. Let's go downtown.
You deserve justice, sir.
Maybe that's why I liked the ending, because it's not what I thought would happen. Because my mind was going, it's gonna fucking run him down and get revenge for the kid. It's the kid's soul inside the car or some shit like that. No.
Okay, I will give you this. This episode made about 17 left turns of I thought this was going to happen and it didn't.
Well, I like that. Yeah.
Well, just what when the lights were going off or on, because those hoodlums again were turning the lights on and off because that's what hoodlums do.
So angry by the last 2 episodes that this one was a refreshing turn of events.
Yeah. He smashed both headlights with a hammer and they still did not go out. They were still lit.
In 1964, if you smash the light out with a hammer, would the light go out?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And
if you hit a bump too hard, the lights would go out.
I thought they were like really touchy back then. Yeah.
When the car follows around the neighborhood, it's Torgo's theme, Adam.
You can tell Buck was not behind this.
Driving this car for the master.
For the master. He will be praised.
Phoenix, I had a question for you. If Buck Houghton was still here for this episode, would it have been better?
Yes. I think a whole season 5 would be better.
Of course. But this pile of shit, I mean, would Buck even have greenlit it?
Buck would have... See, what we're noticing is 2 things happening in season 5, if you'll allow me to indulge here. Rod leaving to teach in Antioch, and Buck Houghton leaving the show. So what we have is nobody checking nobody else. So Rod submitting these scripts that, I mean, this isn't a Rod script, I'm just saying. Rod would submit a script. Buck Houghton, as the producer, would ultimately go, this is what we need to do. Here's some changes. Even if I don't change the script, I'm going to change as it's being filmed. Here's what we're going to do. And he would streamline the episode so the main audience would understand and be surprised by what they're watching. That's the whole point of the Twilight Zone.
One twist.
We're left with, yeah, exactly, with the twist. We're left with Rod submitting these rush scripts, nobody following up on them, and then they just make it to air.
Rod had a problem of making too many twists, and Buck was there to whip him back into shape because the pilot, two twists, and Buck was like, no, one, that's all you're getting, and we didn't get another one until season 5.
And he got his 2 twists in that one episode, with the sand in the pocket. What the fuck's that called?
So he was like what Lawrence Kasdan was to George Lucas when the original movies came out.
Yeah. George Lucas, though, didn't have good ideas to begin with. People turned them into good ideas.
People helped him fix it, yeah.
Fine tune it. And that's what made it go from mediocre to great.
Right.
Or great to amazing, I guess I should say.
Right.
Sometimes it's a collaboration of people to get it to turn out. Gotcha.
And the right collab. This had the wrong. There was no collab. Nobody was collabing.
Yeah, I think this is a bad episode though to bring up with that point though. We brought this up previously with more clear examples of that where Rod just clearly rushed a script. That fucking Custer one was the prime example of that this season. That was the worst episode of this season, I think.
But but one of the best thumbnails you've ever made, sir.
Yeah, it's a good thumbnail.
I posted it.
Memory of it.
I looked.
A year ago.
I look great. Like it's my new profile pic on Facebook.
I have no regrets shitting on that episode. But that episode was still better than Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
See, it's funny that the Tales from the Crypt episode we just watched was The Shining from beginning to end, and this episode is Christine from beginning to end.
I think that's an insult to even the TV version of The Shining to say that.
The difference is The Shining came out first. This came out before Christine.
Yeah.
Right. We both know that what's his face? Stephen King was a huge Twilight Zone fan.
If you're gonna rip off something, ladies and gentlemen, fucking do it right.
And
do it right.
having seen The Machinist, this episode is The Machinist. I don't even think about Christine when I'm watching this episode. That's how close it is to Machinist.
And then that's probably because I haven't seen The Machinist. So I apologize, audience. I will watch that movie.
Adam, I'll watch it with you whenever you want to watch it, buddy.
Okay.
For Earl Hamner Jr., You Drive is a little more than an extension of his own relationship with such devices. All mechanical things frustrate me.
Ooh.
I'm like my friend. Shut the fuck up,
What?
Frank. Shut the fuck up. No. My friend John McGreevy, I just want to call you out. The writer who cut himself with a sponge. I'm afraid of and inept with all mechanical devices. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. I drive a Corvette, which I love because it's so at odds with the image of John Boy Walton as an old man. And of course, it's a stunning machine, but at the same time, I do not trust it. It seems to have a life of its own. And sometimes when it will not start, I suspect it's because it has some personal grudge against me. It's insane. All right, almost done. Although not a particularly effective story, You Drive does have some good effects, such as when the determined automobile follows Edward Andrews, last seen in Third from the Sun, down the street. We had a man under the dashboard with a tiny periscope that stuck up through the hood of the car and drove with special controls, explains William Frug. I remember watching it because when I was on location, it was filmed, I was astonished. The car would come driving up by itself, and it was spooky because you couldn't see this little periscope sticking up. The most impressive shot occurs in a scene in which the car chasing Andrews increases its speed, running madly. Andrews stumbles and falls. Cut to a close-up as the car roars to within inches of his head and stops. You do it in reverse, explains director of photography George Clemens. You do it in reverse. Start the car right at him and then pull it back. Those things always work well when they're done right.
It was so obvious too, by the way.
He put no opinion into that entire thing. That was his entire review.
Which it's almost like I guess he liked it.
He said it's like lackluster, but that's about it. Oh, sorry, I missed this first part.
I was gonna say, what do you mean? It's right here.
You didn't know. You're not even on that page yet.
Right here, man.
No liar. No. Pope is determined to keep
It's
his
$3.95. Call me a liar again.
I'm fucking with you.
I know.
We can see her on the page. Even after the boy dies from his injuries and his coworker Radcliffe mistakenly identifies the hit and run driver, but Pope's car has other ideas late at night.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It honks its horn, flashes its lights, and blares its radio. When Pope's wife takes it for a drive, it steers itself to the scene of the accident, then stalls. I just saw myself on the big screen. Finally, when Pope decides to walk to work, the car pursues him, coming with this is reeling his beaten. He doesn't say anything about his opinion.
Nope. That's why I think Zickery just thought it was a good episode and not much to say, so I'll say as much as I can.
I think it's the best of the 3 car episodes.
It's the worst, but that's a lack of opinion. That's
No, you said it.
Yeah, it's a lack of opinion.
That's a lack of an educated opinion.
Yes. Well, yes. Go ahead.
Did you?
Ooh.
Oh, you're stroking his chin for some reason. The car. I'm thinking it's like a Beauty and the Beast scenario where there's like a trapped soul inside.
Well, you better make sure next time you buy one. Apparently.
I don't have a tiny Korean man stuck in my car, so I think I'm fine.
Well, if you're going to commit a crime with a car, you better make sure it doesn't have a conscience.
I could go with karma manifesting itself.
Karma?
Karma.
Oh, Adam, fucking high five. Good. Fucking home run, Chipperson. And then you're supposed to go tiff afterwards. Because when the joke is that bad, you just Chipperson yourself.
Oh,
just like the Dune jokes. The Dune jokes just have to be that bad.
Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Yes, they do.
No.
Chipperson. It's the number one.
If you're in the show, stop listening to my podcast. I don't want you. Are we good? Stop fucking mentioning it.
Phoenix West. It's not a podcast. It's a podcast.
Looks like a kid that you stole a lollipop away from the kid.
So would you like to hear the other? I have three. I have 3 clips of this episode. That's it.
Do it.
Just 3.
Pull the trigger.
The
The master. The master.
Gonna blow your freaking ears out again. I'm scared. Oh, whatever. Is that loud? Yeah. Is that
I'm
better?
kidding. I'm kidding. I can't hear
Okay,
anything.
fine. Is that loud?
Can't hear anything.
Well, what brings you out here, Pete? Well, when you didn't show up at the office, I thought I'd clear up that in basket of yours.
You keep your hands off of my desk. I've got some very important correspondence
hear
in
it,
that
so-
basket.
It's not
I just remember
anymore.
the scene.
I took
It's
care
good.
of it. Your letters, sir. All answered and waiting for your signature.
All answered.
Ollie.
I hate her.
Sorry, Ollie. I only wanted to do you a favor.
You could do me a
He's
favor.
such a do-gooder too.
You know what though? He
Quit
deserves.
looking for my
He
job,
deserves
huh?
her. He fucking deserves her.
I take one
A match
morning
made in
off,
hell.
and already
Yeah.
you start making noises like you're the head of the department.
Them,
You got it wrong,
all
Ollie.
3 of them. The
I'm
car
trying
and them
to help
too.
you.
Yeah, it's
You want
just
things
a
to pile up.
miserable threesome.
Don't try.
Again, it's
You listen to me. You think I enjoyed sitting in that office, dictating your lousy letters? I got better things to do, buddy boy.
Nobody's holding you here. Go do them.
Well, you bet I will.
Pete.
What part is it at?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have blown up at him like that.
He's apologizing for being
Last
an
night, a
asshole.
kid in our block was run down. I knew him. He used to come over and play with my kids. There was one
Whenever I'm
nice,
sick, I always
decent,
lay in bed with
fun-loving,
my suit
ambitious
on.
little kid.
And I ran him the fuck
Some
over.
maniac smashed into him and left him lying there in the rain.
Yeah,
I know.
maniac.
We've been reading about it in the papers. It's a terrible shame.
Well,
I think he was a
they're
pedophile.
watching the corner. He'll show up. They always do.
You don't happen to know how the little boy's getting on, do you?
Just sad I won't be able to fondle those
He died
nuts
recently.
anymore.
About an hour ago.
Come over to play with my kids. Really aggressive.
The car pulled up and says, "Hey kid, you want to play with a puppy?
Get in.
Got some puppies in the trunk."
Now I have all this extra E laying around that I don't know who to give it to.
It's candy. It's cherry Pez. Try some. Whoa!
That'll be a fun episode. Like after the credit sequence, is he gets in the car finally after it almost hits him. In the car drives him to the cop shop, drives him to the police station, goes inside. I want to see after the credits where he's like, "That's Pete. He definitely hit that kid." And that's that comes out in the cars like I don't know what happened, man.
I saw it.
It's like you can only bring the horse to water, you can't make him drink.
Go outside, and the car's just sitting there flipping a coin, standing there. You know?
Was the car no?
He goes to get in and it's locked. He can't unlock it.
Yeah,
Won't let
Come
him
on, I
in.
went in there.
It ends like fucking Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 or Part 1 where they just drive off in the bus and fucking don't come back. Yeah.
It was funny watching him being driven by a driverless car to the cops.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody in the neighborhood noticed that shit or say anything like, "You're not going to believe this, but there's a car that's not no driver."
6 people live there apparently.
And he did not look any like this was not unnormal to him. This was like
Either that or he lived in the neighborhood where Indiana Jones got blown up in a refrigerator. You know, that's the only other thing I can think of. He's in that neighborhood.
I'm shocked Indiana Jones is on your brain. I know.
Gonna change your background now to the Temple of Doom set.
It is a great hat, though, Adam. I will give it to you. Fine, it's a fine-looking hat. You did nail it, sir. You did nail it.
I tried.
I know. You put a lot of effort into it. That's what I'm saying. Great-looking hat. I like it.
Did you notice in the outro, Rod warns you about concealing your crimes with a car?
Oh, this one?
All persons attempting to conceal criminal acts involving their cars are hereby warned. Check first to see that underneath that chrome there does not lie a conscience, especially if you're driving along a rain-soaked highway in the Twilight Zone.
That's all he had. That's all he had.
That was it. That was
late.
definitely the weaker aspect of it. It's like, nah, it'd be better off he just hadn't said anything.
The whip pan in the beginning was the worst, where it's like a car and it goes over to him and he's like standing against
Meanwhile, back in New York, here's Rod.
There's an episode about a car. Don't do bad things. Bye.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to a used car lot and I'm buying cars, and the guy comes up to me because he always does, like, "Hey, it's a nice looking car." I'm like, "What kind of a conscience does it have? Is it a good conscience? Is it bad conscience?"
Specifically, if I murder a paper boy, let's say,
hypothetically,
let's just say I fled the scene. We're not talking about last Tuesday. We're talking about in the future. Let's just say I fled the scene. Would this car drive me around and honk at night? Some questions I have.
Yeah, it would be par for the course for season 5, though, to just have Rod Serling say, "What you're about to see is a car that drives its hit and run driver to the police station."
Is that a pen?
Enjoy.
Yeah,
enjoy if you can.
In the Twilight Zone.
File under B for bullshit.
I hope. File this under E for Earl Hammy Jr.
This episode, I like it. Okay.
I give it a 7.
7.6 on I don't understand.
Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Out of exactly 1,111 reviews. Such a random number of reviews.
All ones.
All ones.
Like the car.
7.6 out of 10. I'm shocked. Shocked.
I don't know how you can sit there in good faith and say the one episode, The Whole Truth, is better than this. I don't believe you. I will not accept that opinion.
No, I like that episode.
That episode is one of my least favorite episodes. Remember that it's a comedy. It tries to be a comedy and it fails so fucking hard.
It was so bad that it was funny at being not funny.
Miserable to sit through.
I remember doing the review with you. We are talking about the one, right, where the car eventually is Gorbachev's car or something.
Yeah, Gorbachev comes and then he sells it to him so he can't lie, and it's like a weird, stupid political swing at the very, very end.
Yeah, somehow this used car salesman topples the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Sucks. And the thing about machines is what you're talking about. That's a bad episode that has amusing elements in it.
Oh, there's yeah. Kill yourself, Wixley, or whatever they would say.
Finchley,
thank you.
Yeah. That has the razor that goes down the stairs. That's a great.
That is the greatest scene of all time in Twilight Zone. Is the fucking razor down the stairs?
So good, we did it twice.
Yes, we did. So nice, we did it twice.
Yeah, this one is bad, but not as bad as those. But it also doesn't have as entertaining elements like the thing about machines does.
We still can't agree on the end of how he dies.
No, I don't care. This one should have ended like that one did. They should swap the endings.
It would have made more sense.
Yeah, this guy deserved to die more than Finchley.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, if the car just followed him and took him to the cops at the end, and then showed the rest of the episode of him just being a total dick, without the car element, it would have, I think, been better. But of course, Hammy had to ham it up like Hammy does, so you ain't getting that because you got.
Or if the car actually did run his ass down, and then suddenly the wife just appeared in the driver's seat. How did I get here? And then she went to jail. That would have been a good ending too.
You're arrested for a haircut. Life sentence.
No, Pete was bailed out, and then Pete ran him over with his own car.
That would have been more interesting.
And pinned it on his wife.
And then got his job like he always wanted, answering correspondence, apparently.
Answering correspondent that's code for male stripper.
It'd be funny if he took his job and his wife.
Because listen here, buddy boy. I was like, ooh, he's getting tough now. He's no longer taking any guff from Ollie.
I think the biggest thing I learned this episode is it's possible to maintain a house from 1963 to 2020. Keep it the exact same.
I'm living in one, and next to a lot of them. I know.
Oh,
They're called
LA market, like big. They want to sell that house, but they kept it the way it was.
Yeah,
I think I learned that it's not out of the realm of possibility for a car to not be a pedophile.
I totally agree. I think Miatas, pedophiles, definitely.
I mean, this car chased that guy short of everything, saying, "Hey, do you want some candy? I got some puppies in the trunk. Does this rag smell funny?"
White vans with no windows but the front. Yep.
It definitely leaves you some questions.
Phoenix, the most pedophile car that you can think of.
I mean, obviously we have a CMV.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You nailed it.
Child molester man. But that's a little too cliche. If we're talking about cars,
Yeah.
Man, you don't want an El Camino. The kids are on the outside. You want more of a station wagon.
El Caminos are awesome, by the way. Okay.
Not for child molesting.
No. The Ford version of the El Camino is the child molester. The El Rancho.
The Rancho.
It's the Mexican child molester. Is the Ford version. Toyota had one, then that's the Japanese molester.
I feel like you want to answer this question.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The question that you asked me.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was trying. You're not letting me.
You said El Camino. I owned El Camino. Until I crashed it.
I don't know. I will say LIWstudios.com. Check out the other podcasts and shows on there.
You didn't answer the question.
No, I tried. You fucking talked over me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's hard to not talk over you with the... my bad.
Red Dragons Radio, you say. Okay, Adam.
www.raidersofTheLostFlicks.com.
Cool. So, guys, we'll be back for The Long Morrow, which is an actual good episode. I like that episode. Looking forward to it. It's one they actually play on the marathons.
That's good to know. That gives me hope.
The name just does not like...
It sounds familiar. I know. I'm probably going to pick up on it within 2 seconds of watching it. I'll be like, "Oh, that one." Yeah.
I think once you see that episode, you can't forget the ending.
Yeah.
But it's a good one where the twist matters and the characters. It's more character driven, which I always appreciate way more. Like
I grew up in that generation of people that described these episodes by the twist. Like, "Oh, remember the twist?" It's like, yeah. Well, I don't need to watch that one now.
This one's got good character development and like you're kind of invested a little more. I want to say it's amazing, but for season 5, holy shit, it's a fucking holy grail. It's gonna make our season. I'll tell you that. But
well, that's. I mean, how many episodes in are we?
Everything in my computer's froze right now, so I have nothing to tell you.
This is episode 514, so we're 14 in.
Okay, there we go. I don't even know if I can air this episode because it froze. So
okay. I hope so.
I'm going to take his YouTube video and make it in audio because it is froze at 42 minutes, and who knows how long ago that was.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yay. A whole lot of notifications of YouTube going back and forth again about this.
If you can't make that work, I can help you with that. I can fix that for you. Yeah.
I don't know. Until next time, in the meantime,
I'm Frank Lynx.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
So long, citizens. So long, Oliver.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have fun getting fucked in the ass, Ollie.